Greetings, Ya Israel. The devil's system of Satan or the holy system of the Almighty. Which one does this world operate under? Which system? It's easy. Cost of living goes up every year. Khazars, synagogue of Satan, call themselves Jews. Prices go up every year. Poverty, all the diseases in the world, all the man-made world pollution. Everything wreck and ruin. But for the rich, the devil rich, they're cool, they're cushy. For the poor people, it's suffering. So obviously, that is not the holy system of the Almighty. So all the people in charge saying, oh, one world government and Illuminati and this bullshit, that bullshit. There is no nice time for black people, poor people. You have to be money grabbing rich, devil rich, and land grabbing and Vatican and all that crap of this satanic world system. And that does what for people? So if you want to know the difference between two systems, you look at what they do. Right? The Messiah says, chapter 1, John chapter 1, verse 12 and 13. He says, he will give people the power to become children of the Most High, angels, that type of thing. In the system of what? The Almighty's holy system. So the Almighty's holy system, the Messiah's talking about, and the prophets, and the apostles, and the saints of the Almighty, and the judges like Samson and Deborah. So in world history, only the Israelites were taught the Almighty's holy system. No other nation. Don't get it twisted. You go to any religion. Them Khazars call themselves Jews. They used to have all the plantations in America and all the plantations all over the place, and they funded it all. And the history of slavery. When once did they teach any of them slaves the holy system of the Almighty? I'll tell you how many times they did. None. So then they're not saying to each other. So any man know anything, obviously, you know what they did? They string them up. You're not allowed to read book. Why? Because they don't want people learning about the holy system of the Almighty. So they kill them off. So you know why they kill us off? Because of the holy system of the Almighty. Because we're the only race that knows that system. No one else. They can talk to the black and blue in the face. Not one time will they mention the Almighty's holy system. Not Johnny one time. Not one single time. Devil's system of Satan, that's all they know. Sin, death, and decay. Cain and Abel. The wise and the foolish virgin. Right? I can draw your picture as big as you want. But you see Cain, Satan, devil-minded, kill his brother Abel. And the wise and foolish virgins, the wise went in to the feast. And the nasty, foolish one had to go look for oil. And it was left out. Right? You see that. And in the end times, it's like, oh, in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the coming of the Almighty. He's saying what? In the days of Noah, what system was it? Devil's system. So the flood come. What is it now? Devil's system. So the fire comes. Right? You get it? It's really easy. So when these people preach in their schools, universities, colleges, whatever, devil system, that's what destroys the world. The Roman Catholic Church, the Khazars call themselves Jews. All the religions in the world teaching their devil system causes the world to be at a certain time destroyed because of that devil system. So that's siding with Satan against the Almighty, and they teach the world that. That is in where? Revelation chapter 13 and in chapter 12. Revelation, book of Revelation. So chapter 12, 13, it's there. And 17 and 18, it's there also. But the Almighty dealing with them is in chapter 20 as well. So you've got two systems, the Almighty, and then you've got devil's system, satanic. So since the Almighty is doing everything, and he teaches everything, and shows everybody everything, so what's the best thing? He does it with the Messiah. He give the message to the Messiah, he give to everybody else. The message was to be children of the Almighty and how to live that life and to walk in the Spirit, according to the Spirit. Best you can. You know how it go. People like me need the Spirit to walk in that way and holiness. People like me need that more than anybody. Phew, what a journey. But anyway, don't quench the Spirit. Keep talking the truth. How can you talk the truth if you got a devil mind? You now have to trick and lie people. Yeah, lie to people. Trick and lie. All kind of nastiness you have to do and be false. So it's not the word of the Almighty now you're speaking. You're doing your own thing. How greedy are you? How selfish are you? How nasty are you? How malicious are you? Like a crackhead. Any crackhead. What system are they using? System of the Almighty or devil's system? You decide. Any crackhead. Any addict. What system is the world teaching? Any country. Anywhere. Now, if this world can only do devil system and it's got a devil system history, you can now study it. From the woman in the garden, taking of that tree of knowledge of good and evil, that devil system tree, that devil knowledge tree. And when she took of it, she mashed up. Oh, you won't die. Lied to, yeah, it won't die. Now, we all know what happened to her. Is she around today? She died. And she carried on everybody else in that same vein. So the Messiah comes in the system of the Almighty to do away with them works, as he promised them at that time. 5,500 years. He said he'll come and rescue them and change up things. So now he's introducing being children of the Almighty. What tribe he belonged to? The tribe of Judah. Son of the Almighty, tribe of Judah. The penny will drop one day with black people. What do they call the Israelites today? White people, behind the back nowadays. The N-word, niggers. That's what they call the 12 tribe of Israel, niggers. Okay, so it's gone from 12 tribe of Israel to niggers, or blacks, or Hispanics, or Latinos, or West Indians, or Black Americans, or whatever, right? So as a race of people, we don't speak our own language. We need our own education system. We need everything, right? So we can always learn it, go back. But you see, if you take a Chinese man out of China and an Indian man out of India, and they don't speak a word of Chinese or Indian, not one single word, never seen a Chinese man, never seen an Indian man, and they live in a village in England or anywhere else, and they've never seen their own race of people, they can always go back to India and learn. They can always go back to China and learn. Now, where can we go back to and learn? Yeah, you see, it's systematic, and you can see all the problems we have. We've got to climb mountains to fix up everything. But here's what the Almighty says. In the end times, he will establish a kingdom, a Israelite kingdom. So we don't get defrauded. Are we going to defraud each other? It's our kingdom. We're the only race of people on this planet that was taught his holy system. Love the Almighty and love your neighbor. The Almighty says in Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 24, do I not fill heaven and earth? Right? Do I not fill heaven and earth? To answer that question, really answer it, you have to be in his endless realm and look at his creation light. His light giving birth to light. That's all his business. Right? The Almighty, his wisdom, his knowledge, his power. Light giving birth to light. So in his endless realm, pitch black. There's his light. And the heavens and the earth is in it. Now a white man will ask a question like, well, if God made everything, who made God? Right? That's a white man. He's never seen the Almighty's endless realm. He's never seen, right, the Almighty's creation light. He's never seen the Almighty's holy system. He don't know nothing about the Almighty. His life is devil's system of Satan. His history and knowledge is only of that tree, like Cain. Not like Abel, like Cain. Good works. Right? So religion, politics, devil system of Satan. What are you going to learn? Oh, the prices go up every year. Oh, the cost of living every year. Oh, it's expensive to go to work. Oh, there's poverty everywhere and homelessness and lack of money and lack of this and lack of that. You're going to learn nothing in their devil system of Satan. Nothing. It's a simple fact. They kill off all our people in history. Why? Because obviously they don't want people learning the truth. There's two sets of system. There's two sets of seed. You're either in Genesis chapter 3, devil seed, serpent, or you're the woman's seed of the Almighty. You know the Messiah come from the woman of the Almighty. Right? You know that if you study his history, he was always healing people in his mother's womb. If you know his childhood, if you don't, he went to Egypt, yeah? That nastiness, Herod, the Arab, chased him out to Israel and run him into Egypt. Yeah, his parents have to take him to keep him safe. You know that Arab, they call himself Herod. He's an Arab, right? You know, he's more Khazar than anything else. But anyway, he run him, so he's gone as a baby. Right? He's the Messiah. Come back. And he was always healing in Egypt. And people say false things about him going to India and all this. He is one of us. Yahuah Israel. Right? One of us. So he has the holy system of the Almighty strong. So when people diss him, it's a message he's got from the Almighty to give people. The book of John, the Almighty. Genesis to Revelation of the Almighty. The Almighty is telling people something. So in the garden, he told the woman and the man, yeah? He told the man first, do not take of that tree, because if you do, the day you take of it, you'll surely die. But the devil told the woman, a gateway for Satan, yeah, yam it, man, you're all right, no problem. You won't die. You'll be like, God, he knows you'll be like, know everything good and evil. Why does she need to know about good and evil? Right? She's happy as she is. But she don't think carefully and think, well, boy, let me go to my man and then we go to the Almighty and ask him. She don't do all that. She rush in and make her own decision and mash up the run-ins. Mash it up. She lose control of the world. Satan take over. She lose everything. Satan now runs her life. When she dead, drag her soul out of her body and drag her down to hell and torment her. That's what Satan does. He drags the spirit out, the soul, the spirit out of the body and drag it to hell. But that all belongs to the Almighty. And don't forget, he blessed his works. So the woman mess up, it now has to be put right. So the Messiah promised her at that time that he will come 5,500 years later to put everything right, which the Messiah did. He did that work. Now I'm not just, he did, right? I know he did. He did it. So he's fixed things spiritually. And he's given people the power in John chapter 1, right, verse 12 and 13, to become children of the Almighty and live by the Spirit. Walk according to the Spirit. Be in the holy system of the Almighty. I am holy, therefore be holy. Who said, the Almighty, you know that. No white man, no black man, no Chinese, no Indian. The Almighty talk like that. So when you hear the Almighty talking in his system, only he knows it. So nowadays you got crackheads in England having sex with dog, molesting children, all kind of things they're doing in England, all over. I suppose it's all over the world. I don't know, but it's a bad thing. Crack and heroin addiction and all this, class A drugs in general. So people now get accused. I get accused every day by a crackhead named Ricky Simons. The police knock on my door and ask me, what do I know about him being a paedophile? I'm like, whoa. The truth is, the truth is that Ricky Simons did say he wanted to bring little children round my house, and I tell him no. So this is real life now. And I'm like, I know I'm not, goody two-shoes squeaky clean. I've got a record, but it's not about me having a record. It's about me trying to be decent like my mother taught me. Teacher Mary, right, from Antigua, Erling's village. So it's about that. So when the police asking me about his friend, Casa, getting him off raping little girls, I'm like, I don't know nothing about no little girls. But that Ricky Simons and all them crackheads, they do behave like that. So when he's got nasty things to say about me, they're the ones with AIDS virus in their community. They're the ones with every type of cancer. They're the ones that live an illegal lifestyle. Like selling drugs, corrupting young children, and they're always around with little kids and all that and corrupting them. They're the ones doing all that, not me. But I'm the one that gets all the crap. You feel me? But that's how they are. And they always accuse everybody else. But all the nastiness they're doing, there's a guy around the corner having sex with a dog. And the girls tell me, the street girls? They tell me. So that's what lifestyle is that? What can I say? That's a devil lifestyle, or is that a holy lifestyle? You make up your mind. You judge for yourself. Play this back and go over it and all the nastiness they do. Now, here's the thing. Last time I checked, Leicester City, UK, was the second highest sex offending city in England. I'm not sure if it was the UK. I'm sure it was England. I'm not sure if it was the old UK, but it was the second highest. And I've got a crackhead accusing me of crimes against women and children every single day. Right now, I'm supposed to be abusing women and children, according to this idiot crackhead. So that's how it goes in Leicester. That's how they are. And I'm not going to say one or two people are like that. A lot of people are like that. Right? People can complain. You know, you try your best in life when you get to a certain age. I've got young daughters and all the rest of it. But this ain't no confession thing. This is just how it is. This is real life. So devil's system of Satan. What can he teach me about the system of the Almighty? Nothing. I can give you a catalogue. I can use this and go around filming their crack houses. I've got better things to do. But you hear what I'm trying to say. When they pass my window, I look at them. When they spit on the floor, I look at them. Right? So all they do is spit on the floor, leave slug trails of spit all down the road. And that's all they do. You follow that trail of spit, you won't never get lost. So if you study all these things now, right? You study everything in the world. What the rich and famous are doing, the celebrities, the Roman Catholic Church, the Khazars that call themselves Jews, synagogue of Satan, all of that. Right? And you're studying everything. Now you know what the world is all about. Because it's satanic, it gets worse. In the days of Noah, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the times of the Messiah coming back. What was in the days of Noah? Devil system, devil knowledge, sin, death and decay, nastiness and violence and war and cannibalism and raping children, women, all sorts. Nastiness. So it is in the end times. Oh, they said the giants them times. Well, do you see giants today? Anyway, devil's system of Satan are talking about there in the book. So the Messiah is only rescuing people. The Messiah and the Father are rescuing people. The Messiah, the Father, the prophets and the apostles and the saints of the Almighty are rescuing people. Telling them the truth. Giving them the power to become children of the Almighty. Helping them with their sins and wrongs and faults. Helping them to live the good life. Giving them a good government system and religious system and educational system and farming system and every type of system for their benefit. Only the Messiah and the Almighty is doing that. When you see a man say, well, fallen angel and this and that, and they don't know what they're talking about, like the white man or the crackhead, right? Fallen angel is satanic. Giants are both fallen angel and of Noah. Both. They both are giants. What come from Noah was giants. What come from the fallen angels was giants. But the two different types of giants. They say Noah's was carnal. And they said the fallen angels was spiritual. So it's separate giants. So here's the thing. The conclusion of the matter is this. How righteous and pure is this world today? It's going to get destroyed. The Almighty is going to establish a kingdom in the end times, in the times of the kings, the European system. So it's of Europe. In the end times, you can look for political signs and religious signs. When will the Almighty establish his kingdom? In the time of these 10 kings. The statue in Nebuchadnezzar's dream? Right, the statue, the legs of iron and the feet of clay and iron. Right, the feet and the toes as well. So in the times of those 10 kings, right at the end, he will establish a kingdom, the Almighty, a Israelite kingdom. So we're not defrauded, at all. So what are we going to do? Are we going to fight and struggle for what's ours? Are we going to educate each other? Because all we need is to educate. We don't need to run around like the Black Panthers or the Rastas, chatting bob and carrying on with foolishness. We don't need to do all that. We just need to educate each other. You take the best and educate the rest. You hear that? Take the best and educate the rest. Simple. Can any organization do that? Appoint their best people to educate the rest of the community. Wherever we are in the world. You got a drop of Israelite blood in you? Come. Yeah? Come. Don't be shy. You love the Almighty? Come. Let's start something big. It's our kingdom. We're not going to get defrauded out of it. And I'm saying that. You can see how big my mouth is. I'm talking about two separate systems. I'm giving you a choice. You don't get high prices with me. You don't get the cost of living going up high with me. You don't get a nasty government system with me. I'll give you a government system, whatever you want. The Almighty shows me his endless realm. Why am I holding back? He shows me his creation light. Why am I holding back? I'm not a white man to ask a stupid question about who made God. When the Almighty did everything, that's all I need to know. He wants to show me something. That's all I need to know. I don't need to listen to some white man stupid talk when he's only in the devil system of Satan. That's all he's got. Sin, death, and decay. And then he's asking big questions, too big for his little punk ass. Come on, devil system punks are what? Black or white? What are they? Love Satan, what are they? The Pope, what is he? You think the Pope can come and teach me about the system of the Almighty? You think he can? Listen, not now, not never. No religion will teach me about this holy system of the Almighty. None of them. They'll string me up, KKK, right? They will accuse me. They will do everything, but I'll never ever get from any of them, Khazars, Rothschilds, whatever, right? None of them will ever teach me the holy system of the Almighty. I'm here right now. Now, hey, guess what? The day they do, I will tell you. Guess what? I'm 58 on the 16th of December. 58. So all them 58 years, they've never shown me the holy system of the Almighty. Prices going up every year, cost of living going up every year, people struggling every year, hard times going to work, buying a house, whatever. They can show you all the devil system crap, yes. Holy system of the Almighty, no, because they don't know it. They don't know it. They don't have a clue what the holy system of the Almighty is. If I punched them in the face with the holy system of the Almighty, they wouldn't even know what it was. If I kicked them in their face with the holy system of the Almighty, they would not know what it was. They don't know. None of them do. So you trust people that don't know and they can't give you something. The Almighty says, children of the Almighty. They say religion. They say, follow us. The Messiah says, I will make you children of the Almighty. So you go to John chapter 1. You go to right to the end of it. Read the whole thing and go back to chapter 1, verse 12. And then read the next chapter and go back. And you will see what he's saying. Have two Bibles. Open one and open that page. Chapter 1, verse 12 and 13. The next Bible, just read the story. You finish the chapter, read that verse, chapter 1, right? Verse 12 and 13. Read that again. After every chapter you've read. And you will see something. You've read the old Bible, then go back to that chapter. So you can open up 3 Bibles, open up 4, do what you like. What version, translation, whatever. Right? What language, whatever. Right? And you'll learn something. Right? Simple. Whatever you got going on in your life. If you want the system of the Almighty, and no organization is doing it, which they're not, they're struggling. Yes, you got the street preachers and they're doing a work. But it's still not enough. But it's a message. Right? And you know they want to shut that down. You know that. They don't want no videos going online. They don't want YouTube full of Israelites speaking the truth. They don't want people learning the true thing. Oh, come on. They control the media, the this, that, and the other, the banking system, whatever. You know they belong to Satan, and they're watching, and they're ready. You know some bullshit they're going to do. You know all that. Poison people, accuse others. You know all that. Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Bob Marley, Princess Diana. There's a big list of people they took out. Big list. Can't have nobody chatting too much big stuff out there. The Khazars don't want to lose control. The Roman Empire don't want to lose control. Right? All the devil rich don't want to lose their wealth. But they will one day. Their time is up anyway. But you see, Israelites have got to decide on something. Do you want the Almighty and lose your life? Or do you want to live in the sinful life and carry on living until you're drop dead? Moses chose to live with his own people, not Pharaoh. That's Moses' decision, because he knew the power of the Almighty. The Almighty is eternal. His works are eternal. The devil's system, devil knowledge, is about killing off human beings. It's about mashing up human beings and all kind of life forms and creation. It's a nasty system. It's a killing thing. It's not giving life, it's taking it, and it's feeding off people. It feeds off people's life. I'm 58. on the 16th of December. 58. Right? In all them years, all that suffering, what are the young people going to gain by me? I want them to gain something. I want my people to gain. My daughters, the mixed race, but I want them to gain. I want us to solve our problems. I've had enough of their system. So that's life. But these Khazars are not doing nothing for me. So anything happens to me, I can't say they ever taught me about the Almighty. None of them did. No religion. None. Because they don't know nothing. Land grabbing Catholics, Jesuit priests killing people, the history of Europe, and even the destruction of Europe. Because one day Europe does get destroyed. It does. I'm not just saying that. It does. You know, all the nations in the world suffer for all what they've done to the Israelites. Yeah, our punishment now, theirs after. So when our kingdom comes back, it's time for their punishment. So Israel, love the Almighty and love his ways and keep to his holy system. Don't slip and slide and be a covenant breaker, because a covenant is based on his holy system. When you betray his ways, you only turn into the devil's system of Satan. Whether you're Rasta, black church, no matter who you are. If you side with devil and them, you're finished. Yeah? That's it. You're making a choice with your life. I'm talking eternal spiritual life. You don't get a spiritual life with them. You get eternal suffering because of them. You link up with the nastiness, of course you're going to suffer. Don't let the Almighty catch you in their system or their ways. Simple choice. Simple choice. You have eternal life in the Almighty, standard. You have eternal death with Satan, standard. Now, you want to call me a liar? Up to you. But judge for yourself. The Almighty can give you life or not. Can Satan give you eternal life? Where is it if you've got it? Go and ask Satan for eternal life. You'll never get it. Go and ask a religion for eternal life. You'll never get it. Go and ask a politician for eternal life. You will never get it. Of this world, you will never, ever get it. Not at all. You'll only get a burial or cremation, or buried at sea, or sent up into space, whatever. But you won't get something of the Almighty in this world. Nothing. Yeah, Israel, one love, and remember, it's our kingdom, not theirs, ours. We're running it. His holy system, we do. If you're waiting for them, you'll be waiting a long time. All them black people following their foolish world religions, they'll be waiting a long time, scratching their head. Where's this kingdom? Where's this thing? Where's everybody else gone? Yeah, we're busy in the kingdom of the Almighty. They're still busy doing their bullshit. Let's get busy with the kingdom of the Almighty. Let's be the wise virgins, not the foolish like this world. Right? So we'll keep it real. Of the Almighty or nothing. That's me. Of the Almighty or nothing. The Almighty knows your mind, your motives, everything about your life. He knows everything about creation. Nothing he don't know. He knows what I'm going to say next week. I don't even know what I'm going to say next week. He knows everything about me. I don't even know what he knows. He knows the same about everybody. But he knows he made everything eternal. So the new heavens and the new earth. Don't forget his endless realm and his creation light. The endless realm is pitch black. His creation light lights it up. Just like the moon in a dark sky. Yeah, like that. And there's no ground, no sky, no nothing. It's just his endless space. You look down, endless. Look up, endless. You look around, whoa, and it's like big. It's you can't measure it, man. It's crazy big. Blow your mind how big it is. So now you're in his zone. What are you gonna do? You're outside of his creation. What are you gonna do? You think you're like him? You can create something. All that devil knowledge you learn. Now what do you know? In that zone, you know nothing. Believe me, all what you know now in his endless realm, it amounts to nothing. Oh, you're going to create something, or you how? You think all these idiots you got in the world now can teach you how to create something in his endless realm? I'm going to tell you straight. You go there and you're relying on him. Because you can't do. Because all the idiots in this world can't teach you nothing. You're in his endless realm. What do you know? You know nothing. You know, wow, it's big. Where's the moon, stars, and sun gone? Whoa. Now you know you're in trouble. Yeah, Israel, one love. Believe on the Messiah and believe on the Father. Ask them. Ask him anything you like in his holy system. In his holy system. In his holy system according to his spirit and his works and his love and desires. Him one. I see a pretty woman walking down the street. Yes, I look. Yeah, serious. One love, man. Not too many pretty women around here, but when you see one, boy, you have to appreciate. Not too many. Believe. You see the Muppet Show? Miss Piggy? There's not too many women that don't look like her around here. And I'm living in a Muslim area, believe. Plenty of spit on the floor.